This is Gerardo Del Real, Resource Stock Digest. Joining today is the CEO of Rockridge Resources, Mr. Grant Ewing. Grant, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing excellent, thank you.
Thanks for coming on. You just announced a minimum, and I think that's important, a minimum 3,000 meter diamond drilling program at your high-grade Rainy Gold project southwest of Timmins, Ontario. Can you provide some details and kind of what the goal is and why a minimum of 3,000 meters?
Yeah, certainly. So this is a follow-up program. Our first drilling in this area since Rockridge has held the option on this project occurred earlier in the year, and we did a 2,000 meter program, intercepted the high-grade. The highlight intercept was 28 grams per ton over 6 meters. And part of this program is designed to follow up on that, as well as extend along strike and at depth and drill off along this corridor that we've defined as being quite prospective for gold mineralization. Before the drilling commences here, though, we just finished a summer program which involved our geologists in the field. We did prospecting, mapping, and also through a detailed drone magnetic survey. So this has provided some really nice data for us to fine tune now the drill targets as we follow up on that high grade hit from the last program, and then continue to look along strike and at depth for further high grade.
You're looking at a minimum of 10 drill holes, and I mentioned a minimum of 3,000 meters. I imagine that if you have the type of success that you're hoping for, that program will be expanded. I know that infrastructure is excellent. I know the access is excellent.
Yeah, that's certainly the case. We're fully financed for this initial program. We've got just under $2 million in the treasury, so we could certainly step this up if we felt the need right now. After this 3,000 meters done, we could certainly continue and go further. So that really, it's results driven, but we're quite optimistic that we've got some really nice targets here to test in the coming program.
How many targets have you identified to date on the property?
Yeah, so it would be more of a structural corridor that is over 2 kilometers long, and within that corridor, our new magnetic data is showing that there's some disruptions and some flexures, and all of this area is going to provide some nice target areas. And so, once you test one of these targets, you may do a lot of follow-up in that area depending on results. But initially with this program, we'll drill the down plunge of 3 historic high-grade intercepts that we drilled in this project. With this summer field program, we've further refined the geologic setting of these vein systems, and we now have a pretty good idea on the plunge. And these are open down plunge, all these high-grade intercepts from the past.
And I understand that corridor is open along strike and, like you just mentioned, at depth, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And the more work we do, the better understanding we gain here, because we've really just scratched the surface on this project in terms of assessing its potential. We're just focused on a very small area of this 30 square kilometer claim holding.
What's been the biggest insights I should ask, that you've observed since the first program? I obviously you've done some follow-up work since then, and you have a bit more confidence going into the second program. You had that one highlight interval that I'm sure everybody is hoping is you're able to duplicate, right? But what are the biggest insights from that summer field program?
Yeah, I think the biggest insights would be just that the gold mineralization we've identified is associated with a subtle magnetic low feature. And with our detailed mag survey now, it really provides a nice contoured mag low setting where we can target our drill holes. And along this as well, we've matched that with some of our field work, our mapping and sampling. So really what we've learned on this is a lot more detail on the geologic setting of these vein systems, and therefore able to target the gold mineralization a lot better.
For people that are new to the Rockridge story, there's a lot of activity near you. Can you provide a brief overview of the majors that are nearby?
Yeah, so Newmont opened its newest gold mine just last year called Borden, and that's directly west of us, contiguous to our claims, about 35 kilometers as the crow flies. And just last week, IAMGOLD and its joint venture partner Sumitomo announced that they're going to build the Cote project, and that's a very large-scale development project, 7 million ounces in reserves, and it'll be one of IAMGOLD's core flagship projects when it gets built. So very active majors in the district, and there's also several juniors that are very active. So it's a great setting for further gold exploration and development.
Fantastic. Grant, anything else that you'd like to add?
Yeah, that's I think that tells the story fairly well here. One other thing about Rockridge is we've got a great technical team, management team, and sort of cover all aspects of the business with our board and senior team, and a nice tight capital structure, 50 million shares outstanding, and fully financed, as mentioned, with 2 million in the treasury to conduct this program and continue exploration.
You also have a tiny market cap below, I think it's what, sub 8 million Canadian right now?
Yeah, that would roughly be it. So certainly a sub micro cap company, and with drill results, certainly could see some rapid advancement in the price if we're successful with our drilling.
This market is rewarding success, and it's doing so very, very quickly. So I'm looking forward to the program. I'm looking forward to the results. Grant, thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate your time.
Excellent. Thanks very much.